So Funky Dineva has come out and made a formal apology to Chloe Bailey for going too far and for his comments in regards to her looks. But I just got one question. Have y'all apologized? Because we might be, going up for Chloe Bailey right now, but to me, from the outside looking in, it seems that y'all sit around and do the same shit every single day to multiple people. Multiple. So when are y'all gonna apologize? Or at least keep the same energy?
Let's talk about it.
Shawty, come and swing my way. We ain't gotta waste no time now, baby. Put that in my face. I just wanna bump and grind on you, on you. You love it so. Shawty, come and swing my way.
I want people to have fun. Let's kick back. Let's get into a little tea. Let's not get too crazy, but let's enjoy the sip.
But let's get to the chi-chi, the kiki, the internet bull.
What's going on, y'all? It's Santana, aka Chi. And listen, I'm not even in the mood for all the shenanigans. I'm not, because this topic is truly draining. And anytime topics like this come up, it's just so draining and just so taxing, because it's all low vibrational shit to begin with. But then when you actually hear what people are saying, and then you see how it's just so biased and just selective outrage, and I'm not changing my opinion. I'm not. In fact, I went and I pulled up some receipts, because if we're gonna have this conversation, we really gonna dive into it and talk about it, because some of y'all done came out your fucking neck at me in my comments. So we're gonna have this conversation, then we're gonna have it. Okay. But go ahead and like this video. Hell, dislike it. I don't give a fuck, it's engagement.
Red light, green light, red light, oh. Red light, green light, red light, oh. I don't do yellow, cause it's so mellow. If I don't say hello, you know from the get-go. Red light, green light, red light, oh. Red light, green light, red light, oh. I don't do yellow, cause it's so mellow. If I don't say hello, you know from the get-go.
Okay, so we gotta go ahead and get into the apology. We just gonna start right then and there, because Funky has given his apology. Of course, bitches are still mad. But Funky has given his apology. And matter of fact, do we want to watch it on YouTube, or should I? Let me see if I could go ahead and bring up the shade room. You know, yeah. Let me go ahead and bring it up on the shade room rather, so we can avoid the ads and whatnot on YouTube. Come on, 111. Come on, Spirit. Like the video if you have not done so yet. Where's this video? I know it was just posted this morning. It can't. It's not already gone. They didn't post that many stories today, did they? Come on now. Where's that? Where's that? Where's that? Where's that? Where's that? Where is it at? I cannot find it. Maybe they deleted it. I don't understand why they would delete it. Because I was just looking at it earlier. Just looking at it earlier. Okay, but I guess they went ahead and deleted it. Maybe because their affiliation with Fox Soul. I don't know, but I cannot find it on the Shade Room. But we're gonna go ahead and just watch this YouTube video right here. Okay.
Dineva, what's up, Q?
The phone call.
Welcome, Al Reynolds. What's up, Al?
Hey, Claudia, what's going on?
Chilling on this fine Thursday night. And please welcome Funky Dineva. What's up, Q? Hi.
Hi. So listen, y'all, while I got the people on the line, y'all know how this goes, right? When you work somewhere and something controversial happens, the company comes out and makes a statement, or the person that works for the company comes out and makes a statement. And I always sit on this very platform and be like, that shit was so fake. Ain't nobody believing in this prefabricated statement that this person read, and it's phony. And with that being said, I'm not going to give y'all one, right? I did get the phone call. I did get the email. We think that you should provide an apology and show some remorse. And I didn't want to get up here and just say some regurgitated stuff that I was encouraged to say, because y'all are not going to believe it anyway, and it wouldn't be believable, especially considering the fact that I said what I said with my whole chest. I 100% stand 10 toes down on the fact that I think Chloe Bailey is inauthentic when it comes to her as an artist. I think that the sexual image that she gives sometimes is unbelievable. And I think that in her defending her sister, the whole, clapping back, and I just thought it was inauthentic. I do. But I also recognize that that's probably where my commentary should have started and stopped. I don't have my head too far up my own ass or so far in my own ego that I can't recognize the fact that I did cross the line when I started talking about her looks. That was below the belt. It was unnecessary, and it was non-germane to the story at hand. And
period, hard stop. So as you just saw, Funky literally just took accountability and said, yesterday I said some things, and typically when people get up here, or because we see it all the time, and it's crazy. Like, I'm sorry, I don't care. And just to make it very clear, because some people in the comments was confused, because a lot of people, they hear one thing or they don't listen to the whole video, or they hear what they want to and they immediately rush to the comments to argue their opinion. Okay. Let me make it very clear what my opinion is. At the end of the day, I don't care about somebody's beauty. That does not affect me. And if it affects you, it shouldn't, because nobody's talking about you directly. There's a lot of y'all out there that are actively trying to make this whole thing an attack on Black women. He spoke about Chloe Bailey, not every single Black woman out there. Now, had he said to Chloe, "You are one ugly, monkey-faced, double-lipped, nappy-headed hoe that looked like a fucking burnt-ass roach," or something like extreme like that, then I could most definitely understand. Okay, let's get out the pitchforks. Let's protest. Let's do this, that, and the third. All he said was that she was unattractive without makeup to him. That's not offensive to me. And if it's offensive to Chloe, then cool. But still, at the end of the day, my sentiment is the same. Nobody's anything should affect your everything. And that's the problem. Y'all are giving people too much fucking grace with words. And another reason why I have a problem with that, because we're going to get into it. It's like, don't have all of this grace and all of this venom for this person who had an opinion, when y'all sit around and y'all have opinions on everybody every single day. Because it didn't take long for people to immediately hear what he said and then immediately go in talking about how he's one to talk and how ashy he be looking and how his toes fucked up, and immediately went in on him. Now, granted, I come from the school of don't poke me and then get mad when I come back with a shotgun. But y'all sit and do that anyways. Whether he said something or not, you sit and do it anyways. And of course, it's not always everyone. Of course, there are some people that was genuinely offended, okay, and then may have genuinely in that moment decided to say something back as a little gotcha back. But whether it was to him and that was your first time saying something to him, y'all sit around and y'all do it to everybody else. And it's the selective outrage for me. It is the selective outrage where you sit and you pick and choose. Oh, there's a bunch of receipts we're going to get into, because whether it's Hazel E., whether it's Summer Walker, whether it's Lizzo, whether it's Drake, whether it's, okay, and I can go through the list, okay? Because you sit and talk about Hazel E's face. You sit and talk about Summer Walker's body. You talk about how Drake is light-skinned. Matter of fact, y'all hate light-skinned men and call them weak and pathetic and simps. You talk about how Lizzo is fat and how she looks sloppy with what she's wearing. People are out criticizing Sexy Red because she looks so hood and watered down and looks like she just came off the corner and just got a record deal. And people talk about how dirty she looks. You talk about how Summer Walker look like she don't take showers. You call Ice Spice basic as fuck and say that she looks like just a regular, typical, pretty girl from the hood with okay coochie that you would pass around. Like, y'all talk shit every single day. But because it's Chloe Bailey and because of who she's affiliated to, not everybody want to make this a whole protect Black woman movement. And that's where I get offended. And I'm always going to be offended. I don't give a fuck how people feel. Because even when I stated my opinion, then people decided, so you're going to justify what he said? I'm not justifying what he said. I'm just saying that he said it. So now what? The point still stands that Halle is allegedly pregnant with a fuck nigga's baby. Y'all getting so caught up on the wrong fucking things. It's always, look over there and let's get caught up in a distraction rather than focusing on a fucking task at hand. Halle is still pregnant with this man's baby. I don't give a damn what the fuck he said about her beauty. It's a goddamn shame that that's what's making its rounds and not the fact that Halle is pregnant with this nigga's baby. It's the fact that y'all more offended at, somebody called her less than desirable. Okay, so what? Fuck it. You're not going to be attractive to everybody. Who cares? Who cares? Did he go too far? I'm not even going to say he did. Because what a words. What a word. Sticks and stones might break my bones, but words will never hurt. I'm sorry. Maybe enough of y'all have not been abused or like really had to go through it in life, because I feel like if you close to somebody, like if it was like a family member talking like that or like a best friend talking like that, I feel like that would hurt way more worse than somebody that don't even know you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I'm looking at it. Like, if I was Chloe, girl, it would wash off my back. It's not going to affect me the same way. Like, if I'm Chloe, it's not going to affect me the same way as Halle calling me ugly or my mother calling me ugly or one of my best friends calling me early. Girl, I don't know Funky. I don't even know if Funky smell funky. Like, I don't know. That's his opinion. Okay, whatever. There's nowhere where we would ever fuck because he clearly likes men and I clearly like men that don't look like him. Like, okay, like what happens to if it don't apply, let it fly? What happens to let it roll off a duck's back? What happens to water under the bridge? Okay, what happens to just saying, girl, you on some other shit and then moving the fuck on? But no, we gotta, like the way that Funky is literally on every single blog, every media outlet right now, it's fucking crazy to me. It's truly fucking crazy, especially the way that y'all, again, sit up here every day. Y'all literally less than a week ago was just in the Shade Room comments. And yeah, we could talk about how the Shade Room is shady all damn day, but girl, we could take it to Twitter, we could take it to TikTok, we could take it to wherever else, okay? Because yes, the Shade Room is toxic. And yes, they manipulate and get together articles and shit to get you riled up. But they wouldn't have anything to fucking feed y'all if they didn't know what the fuck y'all like or what gets y'all anger. They play on y'all emotions all the goddamn time and y'all play into it. Like, it's literally the same thing as reality stars blaming production. Baby, we wouldn't have nothing to work with if y'all didn't give us the material. The fuck? Just because we throw the bait out there don't mean you got to act and respond to it. Child, so like I said, listen, it's not about whether or not Chloe is beautiful. Who cares? Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Like, grow up. Like, I can't believe, like, we really sitting here talking about this mew pew pew shit. Meanwhile, Maui, or whatever the fuck the island is over there in Hawaii, is on fire. And literally the people that live on the goddamn island are trying to tell the world how they saw lasers coming out of the fucking sky. How everything burned down except things that were painted blue. How the government is trying to take over and rebuild that island and kick all the native people off the land so that they can turn it into a tourist attraction or turn it into like a millionaire's wealthy land. Like, it's so much deep shit going on in the world and y'all focus on this dumb shit. Please unfollow me, unsubscribe. We're not doing that over here. So I'm grateful for everybody that showed their colors. Shout out to everybody that was like, even if they didn't agree with what I had to say, thank you for not getting disrespectful, because that's what we do over here. We may not disagree. Hell, I mean, we may not agree. Hell, more oftentimes than not, we're probably going to clash and probably going to disagree because I don't subscribe to the same shit y'all subscribe to. When you break out of the human conditioning and the social conditioning and then you relearn and reprogram some shit, you realize that a lot of shit doesn't matter. And I'm trying to help people break out of that. So shout out to the ones that's already broken out of it and get it. And shout out to the ones that's willing to, even if they didn't agree, willing to hear another side, right? Shout out to those who politely gave their opinion without being disrespectful to me. Okay? But those of y'all that sat in the fucking comments and then wanted to come out your neck to me, baby, you know what? I can sit and I can read y'all. I can literally read y'all motherfuckers from 8 to motherfucking day. Okay? The last thing you want to do is piss somebody off that done been through hell and back and had to fight all their goddamn life, especially if they psychic, a light worker, and a healer. And intuitive, that's the last thing you want to do is piss a motherfucker off like that. But baby, I've been canceled. I've been here. I've been there. Okay, I've been all over the place. Like, I'm not even in that space in my life where that any of that affects me. Okay, I see comments and I'm just like, okay, and I heard it and I move on. Okay, but when you start getting real disrespectful, I feel like you gonna disrupt what's going on over here and try to force people back into the matrix and back into certain programming. Oh no, baby, you get blocked and you gotta go. But shout out to everybody who, even if you didn't agree, you didn't come out your neck and get disrespectful. Because at the end of the day, none of this shit is about us. And this is surface shit that we need to just laugh and move on. He called the girl unattractive. Okay. Niggas is dying out here. Niggas is dying out here. They just announced that there's aliens for real. Like, it's so much shit going on. The ice wall in Antarctica is melting. Baby, the water levels are rising. Global boiling is happening. Okay? The fish are attacking boats and ending up on the shore. There's spiritual warfare going on. There's UFOs popping up everywhere. New Earth is arriving. Okay? Planet X is here. All over the world, people are seeing multiple suns and multiple moons. Okay? Like, it's so much going on, and we focus on this dumb shit. But since y'all want to talk about it, let's continue talking about it. So, like I say, he apologized. That's what he did. He apologized. He took accountability, and he said, listen, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm about to give this whole deep-ass apology, because at the end of the day, I said what I said. And when he says what he said, he meant as far as calling her inorganic and authentic. Okay, cool, period, hard stop. She is. But he also admitted, I can also see where I went too far and I offended people. And for that, I apologize. That's where it should have stopped, and that's where it should have ended. I shouldn't still be seeing people on Twitter trying to drag him. I shouldn't still be seeing people trying to bring up him talking about Blue Ivy 20 years ago, or him like in other things. And like, please. Because what we're going to do is, matter of fact, fuck the rest of the apology. If you want to see what the fuck he said, go watch the damn YouTube video. What we're going to do now is we're going to jump into the next piece of evidence, right? Here's my problem. Because y'all doing all of this over Chloe, let's focus on this video of Halle E, and then we're going to get into some of the comments.
Speaking of long time,
and mind you, this was 2 years ago, so we're not even going to act like who we were before the pandemic is not who we are now. We done grew and learned so much, and ever since cancel culture and no, fuck all that. Let's get into it.
Times hip-hop star Brandy Boyd posted an emotional message on her social media, and she hopes it doesn't take a long time before she can feel better about it. That's recommending a surgical procedure to her friend Hazel E. Let's take a look.
Ever send anyone, not even a stranger, to go get medical attention or vouch for anything medically to be done for them, for their family, for their children, for just period. If I didn't think it was okay.
So Hazel E started having issues with her breasts while getting a mommy makeover. She was in Turkey supposedly for 2 weeks, but ended up having to stay for a month. She actually had to have her breasts removed, and she was very emotional. Should Americans be cautious when it comes to considering plastic surgery overseas? I know a lot of people think that, I'll go to Colombia, I'll save some money. What do y'all think about this story? Funky, I see you chomping at the bit. I'm gonna go sit back and drink my tea while you take this one. I'm not gonna even be involved.
Let me tell you something. Hazel Lee, she really ain't safe right now, because I just don't like her ever since that Iyanla episode where she tried to come on and use Iyanla as PR for those racist statements or those colorist statements that she made about dark-skinned girls. So I'm not gonna spare her despite the fact that she had a medical situation. Let me tell you something. What happened to Hazel E?
And I do want to say this because I already know somebody going to try to twist it and y'all going to try to move the goalpost. That's why I have other examples other than Hazel E. But be very clear that y'all aren't. Okay? Be very clear that y'all aren't. And that's part of my personal outrage, is because it's selective outrage. Don't yell out, protect women, protect Black women. Oh, but not a Hazel E. Not a da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, really, I really want people to start breaking down what they mean when they say protect. Because it seems like there's no accountability, and it's not even forgiveness. Hazel E is a whole other discussion, a whole other topic. Hazel E has had some choice words for darker skinned people, yes. But I'm not going to sit here and act like I didn't watch how people bullied that girl for years. Hazel E was literally the punching bag of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. The same way that Drew has been the punching bag of Real Housewives of Atlanta for the last 3 seasons, that was Hazel E. The punching bag. And she made some choice words. And even at a point, she eventually came out and said, yeah, I was wrong for what I said, but it was more so because of who it's constantly come from my entire fucking life. And again, it's a deeper conversation for another video. A few of y'all probably about to unsubscribe with what I'm about to say. I don't care. I don't care. We're going to call shit out over here. We're not going to sit and act like and just go along with what social media. No, we're not going to do that. Colorism is a very big thing, and it definitely exists. It definitely exists. For me, I am an equal opportunist. I'm always going to talk about the other side and talk about everything. We're not just going to trauma bond over here and woe is me as a black woman, as a dark skin, as a fat woman, da da da. Nah, you will never hear me ever bring that up, ever, ever. I'm not the type to go around and oh, I have it so hard because I'm like baby. I could list off the problems that I had. Like, come on now, all the stereotypes or attributes that I have. Okay, for one, I'm a woman. Two, I'm a trans woman. Three, I'm LGBT. Four, I'm BBW ass won't smother you, but to some they may say fat, obese, or chubby. Okay. Five, I'm black. Six, I live in New York and I live in America. Okay. And that's on top of anything personal that I may be going through and affecting my life and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? But I'm never going to actually consider anything like no. At the end of the day, we all giving cards, so we deal with what the fuck we are dealt, right? That's how I look at life. We're giving cards, so just deal with whatever you're dealt. And whenever I speak about certain shit, I try to come from a place of self love. I'm gonna give you tough love, of course, but it's gonna be a place of self love. And shout out to those of y'all that used to follow my Line and Souls page because you already get it. You get it. You already get it. You know how I am. You know how I speak, and you know what their intentions are. Right? It's not speaking. I'm never speaking from a place of malice. It's always to protect humans. That is my goal. How y'all say protect black women? I'm protecting humans. I want all humans to be better because there's so much other shit that's going on past this, and all of this is simply a distraction while real shit is going on. Because let another pandemic happen. Let another Hurricane Katrina happen. Let another Hurricane Sandy happen. Let another natural world disaster happen. All you got to do is go on TikTok and go down a couple of deep dives and rabbit holes and discover that there's about to be a blackout in a couple of months, if not the next year or so. This country is about to go into war with China. Maybe I'm speaking too much. Maybe I'm revealing too much. Maybe I should save those things for a predictions video, a spiritual video. But there's real shit going on. The sooner that we clear up all of this 3D low vibrational shit, the more that we're able to align ourselves into our higher souls, our highest gods, and move and transition into new earth. And everybody's not going to be able to do it because there's just going to be some people who are used to chaos, who refuse to do the fucking work, who want to show up and get the paycheck, even though they have not done the shadow work. Hello, all the people that's still trying to go after Sierra's prayer instead of working on their goddamn self. Okay. And then when I talk about how niggas ain't shit, but instead of them changing how they're not shit to themselves, like there's always going to be that. So I want to make it very clear when I do these videos or when you hear me speaking like very passionately about certain things. No, it's not that I'm baby. I done healed. I done healed. I done healed. I am good. I am good. Any trauma that I've had and going through, baby, I've been healed 3 years ago. Okay, and had continued to do so and do continue to do so every goddamn day. Okay, and I've made amends and forgave and done all of that. But I'm not going to sit and pacify and babysit and just trauma. We're not going to continue to do that because it serves literally no purpose. It doesn't. It's like the conversation surrounding nigga. It's like who can and who can't say that. It's like we say nigga and we understand that nigga is one word, but then the hard ER makes it another word. But then when the wrong person says nigga, it's like, oh my God, it's the same word. Like, what is all of that doing? Okay, somebody said nigga. Okay, what now? Did they say nigger? What was the intention behind it? Like, instead of policing words and spending our actions doing all, like, move on. Let's do something productive. But child, that's a whole other deep dive. But I just had to say all of that. But bringing it back to Hazel E, colorism is a very real thing. A very, very, very real thing. I would never deny that. It's a very real thing. But it works both ways. And people that love to police words and y'all love to correct somebody, do not get into my comments with there's no such thing as reverse racism or reverse colorism. I don't give a fuck what it is. But I know that a lot of motherfuckers in the black community are bigots and supremacists. I know that. A lot of y'all want to be better than other people. I see just as many dark-skinned people attacking light-skinned people as I do light-skinned. In fact, I've seen more dark-skinned people in my life attack light-skinned people. And again, as I say with everything, if I didn't say it, it wasn't said. If it don't apply, let it fly. And it's never all, but it's always some. So it doesn't mean that that's what all dark-skinned people. No. And shout out to those of y'all that are healed enough to actually hear and listen to what I'm saying. and not just hear me speaking, but like actually listen to what I'm saying and understand. Shout out to those of y'all that are healed and evolved enough to not just hear me through your trauma, but actually hear me speaking. Okay? And actually be able to listen to the words that I'm saying. But colorism always exists. And from what I've seen is that it's always when it comes to the Normanis or the Flo Millies or the OGs on basketball, it's like there's always this campaign that rallies around dark-skinned women or dark-skinned people. And it's more so dark-skinned women. I don't see dark-skinned men going through the same thing. And that's a whole other deep dive we can get into. That's a whole other deep dive that we can get into. Just like when it comes to, being gay, it's more so a thing about being feminine, right? Because all of these issues and all of this erasure and all of these conversations surrounding trans people, why y'all don't keep that same energy for trans men? Deeper conversations that we can most definitely have in separate videos, okay? But just like I said, just like how it's always hate and always backlash with the trans community, it's always towards trans women, never trans men, right? And so it's the same thing when it comes to colorism, right? It's a lot of dark-skinned people that are also going back and forth and coming forward and attacking light-skinned people, right? And I feel like a lot of people sit comfortably in that ignorance because they know that they're going to be able to have people that support them because there's enough people that have been hurt or dealt with colorism or dealt with whatever, and they know that people are going to be in their corner and be able to support them. Like, how many times do we see people talking about how light-skinned niggas are simps and they're weak and this, that, and a third? Or y'all literally sit on Twitter and judge Saweetie every single day and talk about how she's light-skinned and basic. Like, just little shit like that is what I'm talking about, right? And so with Hazel E., she said what she said. Was it the best thing for her to say? No. But then when she explains her story and she says, well, this is the way I was treated by darker skinned people, and this is just my reaction. Nobody wants to hear that. Because then everybody, like the second that a light skinned person tells their story, like, then it becomes, girl, don't nobody care, and da 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 da, and then it's like a piss and dick contest, like a dick pissing contest. Like you start feeling like your trauma is bigger, your story is bigger or better or worse than that person, and that their story is invalid and does not matter. Y'all do the same thing when it comes to biracial people. Anytime that they speak about, how they feel being biracial or having more than one parent and one isn't black, like, it's always, girl, you'll never be black enough, and then you want to police their blackness, and you'll never understand what it's like to be 100%. Like, y'all do it every day, every single day. Like, it's no different than what Funky did. In fact, it's worse. It's worse. But let's go ahead and continue listening to what he said, because this is not the first time he spoke on Hazel E. So those of y'all that's like, oh yeah, he's constantly saying things about women and this, that, and third. I mean, he is, but he's not wrong with a lot of what he's saying.
Is the direct result of this Instagram thought-like culture. Everybody want to be a bad bitch. Everybody want to be fine and Gucci down. And the reality of the situation is, bitch, you're on 49-cent reduced lunch, okay? You cannot explain to me how and why you live in LA, the capital of plastic surgery, where plastic surgery was created, developed, fortified, bona fide, and every other fide, okay? And that you had to take your ass to Turkey. First of all, the girls in the pandemic is going to Tulum, they is going to Cabo, they is going to Jamaica.
I also want y'all to pay attention to Problematic Claudia the whole time he's talking, because, yeah.
And they is coming to Miami. The girls is not going to Turkey. I don't even know where Turkey is on the map. So how the hell this bitch fucking around and found a goddamn plastic surgery? A plastic surgeon in Turkey is beyond me. The people been said you get what you pay for, okay? And apparently Miss Girl got what she paid for. Now Miami is flooded out with people down here creating plastic surgery aftercare centers, which suggests that surgery is already reduced, like the lunch she eating in Miami. You chose to take your ass around the world and to get them saggy basset hound titties worked on and almost damn died in a true National Geographic fashion. You should have brought your ass down here to Miami and got the $3,500 titties that the rest of the Latin girls down here is getting, and carried your ass back to LA and took care of your damn baby. Okay? That's what you did. Instead, and then she had the nerve, because I had to look this up, baby. Mama gonna say, I have some mom guilt that's ripping me apart. I was just trying to have my baby internationally known. I want her to be well traveled before me. You wanted your damn baby internationally known. First of all, who the hell is your baby? You have as locally known, but why would your baby be of any importance in Turkey? And if I was gonna kill my baby somewhere for her to be
Not him coming for babies, right? Not him coming for babies. This was 2 years ago. This is how Funky's always been. This is the way he talk. Like, sometimes y'all just gotta listen to people, understand their intention, and move on. But again, fuck all of that, because hold that same energy. Hold that same energy. But y'all don't. When it's somebody you don't like, that's what y'all do. Y'all, when it's somebody you don't like, you find them disposable, which to me defeats the whole purpose of protecting women and protecting Black women. Like, it literally defeats the whole purpose if it's protect all women except the one that I don't like, or except the ones that's not real, or except the ones that's not 100% Black, or except the ones that's not skinny. It defeats the whole purpose. But okay, keep going. And listen, Claudia isn't even on screen right now. That's how much she's laughing. But then in the next episode, we'll be one of those main ones saying, protect Black women, da, 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 da. And people can sit and say, oh, it's because Hazel E and her comments, and the people who have been dragging Hazel E even before those comments that she made.
Internationally known, I think the first stop would have been Paris, London, England. It ain't nothing notable in the U.S. by no bitch from Turkey, okay? The only Turkey we hear about is on a $5 foot long. That's the only Turkey we know. So, girl, all of this of one bad decision.
What to do?
Jonathan Patton was one bad decision away from being in prison, and your ass was one bad decision away from being in the grave. Embrace them titties. Embrace what you got, because you not that cute. You not that fine. And no amount.
That sounds familiar, don't it?
Of Turkey surgery, Russian surgery, Brazilian surgery, or any other damn country on this planet is gonna help it. Now go on to the next story.
I got up and left my chair thinking that this would be over, and I came back and you were still going. Al, do you have anything to say?
No.
No. Okay, got it.
And another thing. Okay.
Oh my God.
Kanye West mama died going out the country messing with this surgery. Tamika Raymond, Usher ex-wife, almost died carrying her ass out the country messing with this surgery. Y'all ass gonna mess around and get COVID in your ass trying to get BBLs and all this other damn stuff, and you're gonna get some Turkish variant that it ain't no damn Pfizer, Moderna, or Johnson & Johnson cure for. Stay y'all ass in the States and come see Dr. Miami. Or if you want to look like Shakana, take your Tiny, take your ass to Dr. Curves in Atlanta. Okay, that is all we doing. We doing LA, Miami, Atlanta. That's it.
Now, reading like that and Funky talking like that is exactly what made him popular. Because when you Google him, like, just in case y'all aren't familiar with his older videos, whether you Google him or you go to YouTube and search up his older videos, he used to come on camera with makeup and blonde wigs and whatnot, and that was the character Funky Dineva. And then eventually at some point he stopped doing that. But like, people were so in love with that character and him reading like that. So it's something that he was infamous for. And it was literally his call to fame. That's how he ended up on Love and Hip Hop and Dragging Jocelyn, which nobody had a problem with then as well either, mind you. And he went on to work with several celebrities and have all of these opportunities, this, that, and the third. Now, this whole him dragging Hazel E on this platform, that's what led, I don't know, I don't want to say solely, but things like that is what led to TGIF having multiple days a week, because it started as 1 day a week and then it eventually went to 2. Okay, so much so to the point where they even started having like a Hazel E segment where he had to, sit and read her, whatever. Like, people was enjoying that shit, and that's why people were going up for it. Okay, going up for the reads, even with him and Claudia going back and forth, even though they was just joking around, whatever. Like, people was living for that. Okay, so much so to the point where, like I said, it went from 1 day a week to 2 days a week to now 5 days a week. So people was living for it, and we can go back to the comments of that video, right? Because it's protect Black women and women, da 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 da, and don't talk about nobody looks. Oh my God, I can't stop watching this. Claudia's faces. I was laughing. Funky reads at everything. Let's go to the replies. Did somebody object? Nope, they didn't. They said absolutely. Funky's right. I hope that Hazel gets the healing on the external and internal. That was a read right there. It's really sad to see somebody displeased with their looks enough to go overseas. Between Al laughing, Claudia shrinking, and not even reading Hazel eat for filth, I was on the floor. While Claudia disappeared from the screen, I was done. When he said tiny and Claudia pop her face had me rolling. Oh my God, I've never enjoyed a read as much as this. I can't stop listening. When Funky said she ain't safe because I don't like her, I knew it was on. Had to watch this again. It was on and popping. See, everybody enjoying this shit. Everybody's in the comments enjoying this shit. Mind you, this isn't Funky Dineva's page. This is TGIF's page. This is Fox Soul's page. The same page where he said whatever he said about Chloe, and people were offended. But again, protect Black women as long as it's somebody that you like. But let's keep going. Claudia looked so gorgeous. She was making those shady faces. When Hazel E first came on TV, she was bullied to the extreme about her nose, age, and looks. So exactly. Thank you. Somebody else is pointing it out, because y'all will sit and rewrite history like Hazel E just came out of nowhere, just randomly talking about people. No, she looked at her comments and said, oh, it's one demographic that's attacking me. Now I'm going to attack y'all. But because y'all just did what y'all did, I'll leave it at that. But somebody says when Hazel E first came on TV, she was bullied to the extreme about her nose, her age, and looks. Instead of surrounding herself with real people who care about her, she stayed in that toxic circle, and it totally destroyed her from the inside out, which is exactly what the fuck it did. It pushed her to a boiling point, to which she said some shit. And then as soon as she said some shit, everybody overlooked all the bullying that they did to her for years and said, whoa, 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 you can't say that. Why not? Y'all said everything that y'all wanted to her. But bringing it back to the topic of colorism, like that really needs to be a discussion. Like, why is it that dark-skinned people can say anything that they want to light-skinned people, then the second that light-skinned people say the same thing back, then it's all it's World War III. That's really a real thing. And y'all can sit and try to, that don't really have, it does. It does. It does. It does. Let Basketball Wives come out with an all light-skinned cast right now. Y'all will be all in the comments so they couldn't find one drop of melanin. Look at all of these biracials. Hell, look at how y'all talk about Real Housewives of Potomac, the Green Eyed Bandits. Where the fuck you think that came from? Yeah, it came from Monique, but y'all ran with it because they light-skinned. That's why y'all hate Robin and Giselle so much. Yeah, they messy, but it's more so that they're light-skinned and that cast is predominantly light-skinned. She could have lost her life and left her baby without a mother. I'm sure she could have gone on a diet. This is crazy. The second story I heard about this week. Okay. He said she almost died in National Geographic fashion. Lord help me. I mean, at this point, you get my point. Okay. But let's go ahead and move it on along. Okay. So the next person that we're going to go to, because we can sit and say, okay, well, Hazel is problematic with what she said. Okay. So that's why we attack her. That's why we don't include her in the Protect Black Women. And that's why it's okay to attack her looks, because of what she said that was colorist. Okay. Cool. I'll take that as an excuse. Oh, okay, cool. Okay. Now, what about Summer Walker? Because this was 6 days ago, not 2 years ago like Hazel E. This was 6 days ago, right? Shade Room posted this, where she was dancing. Clearly, her body is botched. Okay? And we already know the Shade Room to be toxic. Let's go to the comments, shall we? Her doctor needs to be charged with a felony. That has 48,610 likes. But we're not talking about people's looks, though, right? It's wrong to talk about people's looks, though, right? Why does that have 48,610 likes? Why does this post have 232,000 likes? If we're not talking about people's looks, if that's going too far, if we protect the Black women, why is there so many likes and so much engagement on this post that was clearly put up to destroy this Black woman 6 days ago? Let's keep going through the comments. Matter of fact, before we do that, let's go through the replies to that one comment. On God, I see a bunch of laughing emojis. I see people clapping. Definitely, she looks stupid. I see skull faces. Somebody said, I do not need that mess at all. And what was with her dragging her on the floor, not dragging my ass for nothing. I don't know what that means, but okay. Um, let's keep it going. I was definitely coming here to say what's wrong with her butt. It's just not normal looking. That's just awful to look around and think you fine as fuck. At that point, I would embrace a flat ass with confidence. This might make her go get more done though. Why I was like, oh hell nah, I didn't know it looked like that. I'm mad now. Okay. Let's keep going. Dragging that diaper booty all over the floor. She should have left the hips on the surgery table. She about to piss me off. Please just take some of it out. Please go get those shoulders removed from your hips, boo. I'm staying out of this place of love. Summer friends not being honest with her. It's no way Summer Walker thinks that her body is cute, sexy, or whatever. It looks funny as hell. Every one of y'all who gets this be looking weird and y'all still choose to do different. That's another conversation because y'all sit and talk about BBL bodies all day. And don't act like y'all don't, because I could do a quick search on Twitter right now, natural versus BBL body. Or I could search up BBL need to get in the gym. There's so many of y'all out there. But it's protect black women. It's protect women, right? It's Women's March Month, right? Don't come for a woman's looks, but y'all do every day talking about why would you go get that BBL when you could have just got that ass in the gym and did it naturally. Natural bodies look better, right? Somebody else says, Summer, tuck your pants pockets in. It's not help. It's not helping. Her doctor need to be charged with a felony. Okay, so I read all of that. Okay, but let's just say that, like, okay, maybe it's her botched body. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she went to the wrong doctor. Okay, everybody and their mama got a BBL. It's typical to talk about the girls with BBLs, because she's not the only one. So it's not like somebody picking on just Summer alone. They all look ridiculous, right? Because BBLs are a common thing. Okay, let's bring up the next person. Who is this? King Harris, okay? Another person that y'all bullied. What? 6 days ago. Okay, what does this have? 159,594 likes. Okay, got it. Right. Look at me at the top. Okay, but I never once said that I don't do it. Okay. Somebody said his teeth bigger than them words. His father be his father be using, because see, do be using a lot of big words. That has 31,244 likes. Of course, it's just nothing with people laughing. Lil bro really got a mouthful of AirPod cases. That got 22,281 likes. He's so damn funny looking, pissing me off for real. I never want to hear him speak again. It looked like he's trying to find every angle not to be ugly. Let's see. Let's go to that page. It's a woman. Okay. But I guess it's okay because, it's a man and he's light skinned, So I guess just like y'all do the Drake, right? So Drake album, School Back in Session, The Pressure Light On. My girlfriend is light skinned. Somebody's beating up a boy. Drake out here looking like the light skinned Vanessa from The Cosby Show. Drake is a light skinned nigga for real. He's actually 5'7" bottom, a light skinned Drake type. Somebody looked at Drake, saw his outfit, and said, "What's happening?" Drake out here looking like a light skinned thugnificent. Drake is really every light skinned stereotype put into one person. Okay. I guess. Okay. Well, since we're talking about Drake, let's talk about who he was recently hugged up with. Miss Sexy Red. Okay. If Sexy Red wasn't famous and was a regular civilian, y'all wouldn't even look her way. Okay. And this has 525 retweets, 1,700 quotes, 5,532 likes, and 201 bookmarks. Okay. That meant that much to them that they had to save that. Got it. And this had 3.3 million views, right? So let's go through some of the replies. Obviously, because she wouldn't be known, how would we look her way? Talking about her looks. Um, Mind you, some people are defended, but this ain't about them. Not only Sexy Red, because if other celebrities wasn't famous, we wouldn't know them either. Um, when looking now, Red looked like Thug. Ghetto girls like her catch my attention all the time. So I think she catch mine still. Somebody said do better. Um, why y'all be so mad when a large group of people think somebody's cute? She's a cute ghetto girl. I absolutely look her way. She's wearing a crunchy synthetic wig. We do not claim her. I can't wait until the day in an ambiguous black woman don't set other ambiguous black women up to be ridiculed on their looks. Okay. Let's go through the quotes. Mm-hmm. You literally look like her, so what you saying? Um, Maybe she's speaking from experience and projection. Mad it's not her. The woman with a child who has been fucking before fame. Remember when that girl who looked like Issa Rae came for Issa Rae and was confused why she was talking about them fun times? I do remember that. I still got that picture in my phone. I mean, you got a lot of people defending, but that's not the point of this video. It's about everybody that don't, right? Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Okay. Who else? Who else? Who else? I know y'all remember this. Because y'all can't tell me that y'all don't. I know y'all remember this, right? I know y'all remember this. Because Twitter and Instagram was on fire that week. I know y'all remember when Lizzo stepped out looking like this in his see-through dress. I know y'all remember. I know y'all remember. Because for a couple of years, Lizzo had to keep coming out several times telling y'all to leave her alone. And then everybody was like, protect Lizzo, because or whatever. And I had my choice of words, but again, I'm not up here sitting here saying that you can't police somebody's looks. So you can't talk about somebody's looks because everybody gets talked about. Y'all are. Y'all the ones saying that. But y'all saying y'all dragged Lizzo through the fucking mud. And you can't just say, oh, it's because, she was wearing something see-through. Because, I mean, we could talk about when she was at the basketball game and she had her ass out. And y'all still dragged her, right? Y'all still dragged her through the fucking mud. And did so much so to the point where she had to come on Instagram, right? This was posted by the Shade Room on October 14th, 2021. And you go through the comments. Somebody says puking. They put a bunch of puking emojis. Somebody put a bunch of laughing emojis. Some people say, and no wonder why people make fun of her. You doing dumb shit like this. Somebody said porn is not the way. Another person said nobody want to see that. Somebody else said, now tell me how Liz on Oprah are friends again. Now how the fuck does that happen? Somebody else says, why y'all put the emojis on there? That shit probably go crazy. Oh, so we're not gonna say that. What the hell is going on with her? Has she been snatched by the body snatchers? This lady out of line now, and I love her. I always defend her, but no girl, what the fuck? Why does she always have to wear racy clothes? You do yourself a disservice and make yourself unclassy. The way you dress is inappropriate and unnecessary. Okay, and I mean, listen. By this point, we can keep going on and on and on and on and on. But I think, hopefully, by this point, you get my point, right? Hopefully you get my point by this point. It's like at the end of the day, words are just words. Stop giving so much power to shit that does not fucking matter. Because honestly and truly, I feel like while there are some people that was genuinely offended because of their trauma, point blank into the period, I feel like some people was offended because they felt like they were being called ugly. Like, we're not going to turn this whole thing into a whole protect black women thing. He called Chloe ugly. He didn't call me ugly. He didn't call Beyonce ugly. Like, please stop. Please stop trying to turn one thing and like y'all do it with every topic. And it's like, stop waking up looking for a reason to be mad. Stop attaching yourself to everything. And then you're wondering why you fucking miserable. Look at what you are like calling into your life. This is what you're manifesting into your life. You're choosing to wake up and vibrate at a low frequency, then wonder why everything that's coming to you in your life is at a low frequency. because the dial is turned all the way down. And that's nobody's fault but yours. Just because the shit is out there, just because the bait is there, doesn't mean that you have to bite it every single time. And that's what people are doing. And that was my entire point with my video that I made. Okay, he called her ugly. Okay, so now what? Halle is still pregnant with a degenerate's baby. That's not going viral. What's going viral is this man called her ugly. And then the next part of it is a lot of people are upset with who the messenger was. You don't like the fact that it's coming from not only a man, but then a dark-skinned man, but then a dark-skinned gay man on top of that. It's like, who the fuck are you to tell? Da, 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 da. And that I'm not even the one to unpack all of that. I truly don't care. But it's a lot wrapped up in that as well. Y'all just don't like who it's coming from. You don't. And then y'all want to protect who it is that you like. Again, because where was this energy for the Hazel E, for the Lizzo, for the Summer Walker, for the Drake, for the, King Harris, for what the fuck is her name? Tiny Harris. Y'all drag her every chance that y'all get. Little Kim, y'all drag her every chance that y'all get. Hell, even if we're not even just going to talk about black people, Khloe Kardashian, the Kardashian spirit, like, everybody has a fucking opinion, and y'all can't just be picking and choosing. You can't just pick and choose and only protect who you like, especially when y'all want to hide behind a social justice movement just to justify your bullshit. I'm sorry. I am sorry. It doesn't work like that. Because if you're gonna say the reason why I'm mad is because don't come for a woman's look, let me not see you coming for Tiny Harris looks. Let me see you not coming for Lizzo's looks. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to say don't be talking about people's looks, period, let me not see you responding back to Funky's comments by saying, nigga, you ashy, you dark skin, you this, that, and the third. Because none of it fucking makes sense. And it's selective fucking outrage. I'm going to play this last little clip from the episode because he was about to call it out and then he cut himself off. But I finished it.
Come back and get credit.
Because
recognize.
I wouldn't apologize for shit. I said what I said. Now what? Now what? And that's the scary part about all of this is the fact that, like, he said what he said. So now what? Again, Halle is still fucking pregnant. Y'all want to censor everybody so fucking much, baby. Take that energy to Donald Trump. Take that energy to the Shade Room, to the Neighborhood Talk, like to platforms and media people that are actually dangerous. Not the everyday people that's just being paid to give their opinion. And of course, he don't want to fuck up his affiliation with Fox Soul. Like he said, he got an email from the boss, so that was the only reason he was speaking out. I highly doubt had he not got an email, he probably wouldn't have spoke out. But when they take this one piece of clip that wasn't even that big of a deal and it goes viral everywhere, he had no choice but to say something. But it's getting to a scary place because you can't say anything in 2023. Okay, you criticize a woman, then you hate women. Okay, you say something about a black woman, then you hate black women. Okay, you say something about somebody's hair, then you're a colorist. You say that a gay person is too extra, then you're homophobic, you're transphobic. It's like you cannot say anything without motherfuckers hiding behind a fucking movement. Some of y'all are just unattractive. Some of y'all look sloppy. Like it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It is what the hell it is. And the motherfuckers feel that way about you, then that's on them. Your anything should not affect their everything and vice versa. You shouldn't be looking at other people to get some confidence. That's where the problem truly fucking lies. Everything starts within the home, within the childhood home. Start raising your kids to have self-love. To practice self-love. Can the bitch say shit about me because I know I'm that bitch. And what they do say don't make me know, never mind. That ain't putting money in my pocket. That ain't fueling my energy in a positive way. So I'm gonna pay attention to it. Y'all mad about the wrong shit, and I'm seeing the wrong shit go viral. If anything, this could have been a learning lesson moment for motherfuckers to flip this and say, here's what you don't do. Don't get mad when people no, but we all want to be offended. We all want to trauma bond. We all want to act like he was talking about all of us. And he wasn't.
I actually like Bobby Lights. I do. I think
Bobby
I
is
like Bobby.
Bobby is in.
He was
I don't know
starring on his
exactly
own.
where it was. It was somewhere around this mark, but as a matter of fact, the first comment. No, there was a comment somewhere in here. Let me see if I can find it because it's probably so many people now. But there was a comment that I had saw earlier where somebody spoke about the whole Hazel E thing. But look, right here, let's be real. Some of y'all don't want an apology nor display a remorse or contrition. You want revenge and retribution, and nobody owes you that, especially when you're jumping in front of a bullet that was never meant for you. Boom, 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 boom. I'm a black woman, and his opinions of one black woman doesn't equivalent to how he feels about all. Boom, boom. Everybody mad. Just like when Claudia shares her opinions about the LGBT community, whether expressed or repressed, how a person feels is simply that. Damn, girl, I didn't know you had a list. Okay. And in my unpopular opinion, I feel some of y'all are in such a state of powerlessness in your real lives that you take social media as a chance to police everybody who offends you. Boom! Because ain't nobody having these real conversations in real life. And if y'all are, girl, go find something to do. Go touch grass. Go get a hobby. Go get a job. Go get a man. Go do something with your life. Because I promise you, I'm not having these conversations in real life. Outside of something coming on television or like prepping for some work I got to do online, I'm not sitting around having these conversations in real life because don't nobody care. Don't nobody care. A lot of this shit really is just for social media. This person says her words were cool. Yes. His words were cruel, yes, but I refuse to believe that Chloe is somewhere sitting around curled up in a ball crying. I actually beg to differ. I feel like Chloe is, because Chloe is a Cancer for one, and she's probably super, super extreme. Well, I mean, we know she's extremely sensitive because she already talked about it. And at first, had it just been a random clip that she saw, she wouldn't have cared. But the fact that it's going viral and it's literally on every black platform, black media right now it's such a big deal to where now it probably does affect her. Okay. But this person continues to say, I doubt that Chloe is sitting somewhere balled up in a ball crying because a random commentator on the internet made unnecessarily offensive remarks about her. She's rich, comfortable, and beautiful. Her response indicates she's surviving his verbal attack just fine, and I'm sure Funky sees himself as rich, comfortable, and beautiful in his own right. I say all that to say that perhaps we should be spending less time worrying about policing people's opinions and spend some time in the real world becoming just as rich, comfortable. Come on, thank you. Thank you. Sitting around mad on that fucking internet all goddamn day and you're not getting paid for it. Like, please. We should be dismantling the real structures, constructs, laws, and obstacles in our real lives that render us powerless. Thank you. I just said that this entire hour. All this gun bumping and gambling and keyboard assassinations. Come on, Reed. Have done nothing to earn black women more respect, more freedoms, more protections. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. It's nothing but anger and complaints and no actual movement and solutions. And that's my fucking problem. That's always going to be my problem. And I'm sorry if that make me a coon or I hate women or I'm anti-black for saying that, then oh well, unsubscribe. It's that simple. I promise you. It's really very simple. Let's check the board. Okay? As a black woman, I refuse to allow someone to have that much power over me, especially when that person doesn't have the social capital to better or worsen the quality of my life. Oh, come on, read. Or worsen the quality of my life in a real and material way. And if you want to allow yourself to be offended, then just be that until you be better. I need to, girl, somebody need to print this out and put it on a t-shirt. Somebody need to print it out and put it on a t-shirt because that, when I tell you, baby, I'm going to have to put that on my YouTube wall because baby, let me reread that one last part. As a black woman, I refuse to allow somebody to have that much power over me, especially when that person does not have the social capital to better or worsen the quality of my life. Worsen the quality of my life has in a real and material way. And if you're gonna allow yourself to be offended, then just be that until you can be better. Have a blessed day. Listen, that's a read if I ever heard one, and that came from a real working pussy, a biological. Okay. Since other people aren't allowed to have an opinion, that came from one of y'all. Okay? Child.
Show. Yeah. You make a lot of money over there, and I actually like
entertaining for.
All right, Al, what do you think?
Comes to what's
we gave him. Well, we're gonna.
So you can be anything you want to be.
Princess.
I'm gonna leave it alone. Never.
Okay, right here. It's around here.
Khloe Kardashian.
Okay.
So Bobby
it's around here.
Even you who will. Q, another Miami friend. Are you here for this? What do you think?
Listen, I am all for wishful thinking. I am all for people shooting for the stars and landing with Trina. I am all for all of that.
Ooh, that's shade.
And we paused for 1 second. Baby, I want to say, wherever the hell Bobby Lights went and got his face work done, that bitch look good. Okay. That's the old Bobby. Now show that new Bobby production. I always confuse him with Oliver Rusling from Beaumont. I always confuse him with that guy. I don't know if he went to Khloe. He probably went to Khloe Kardashian, them people, because they transferred her face 7 times. Now, see, watch this. Y'all sit up here and let me ride the hair out of Khloe Kardashian face and won't say nothing. I can see him for the next 30 minutes and I'm going to leave it alone. Q.
Leave it alone, Q.
No.
She's not a beautiful black queen and princess.
I'm going to leave it alone. Nevertheless.
And that's the problem, because even though Claudia is joking right there, she's not, because that's really, truly how y'all move. I'm sorry. And again, I'm going to say it again. Shout out to those of y'all that's evolved and healed, okay? Healed enough to hear what I'm saying and truly understand what I'm saying. But to those of y'all that's not, fuck y'all can unsubscribe. I don't give a fuck. Y'all are holding everybody else back because you're very divisive. And if these men out here are considered terrorists, the same ones that's killing y'all every 2.5, well, not even y'all, us, that's killing us every 2.5 seconds, then some of y'all are too as well. Because we can go through the comments, okay? We can go through the comments. Let's see if we see Chloe's name anywhere. Because he was about to go in on Chloe's face. Do we see Chloe's name anywhere? And when I say Chloe, I mean Khloe Kardashian. Did anybody come to Chloe's defense? No, because it's not protect women, it's just protect black women that we like. Huh? Because I'm looking for Khloe Kardashian's name. I don't see anything. I don't see anything. Okay. I don't see anything. Okay. And at this point, I feel like my point has been made. So I don't care if you agree. You can unsubscribe. I don't know why y'all seem to think that, and again, it's never all, but it's always some. Okay. Throw a rock into a crowd of dogs. The only ones that's going to holler is the ones that got hit. Remember that. Okay. If it don't apply, let it fly. But I don't know why people seem to think that they have to force themselves to be in places they don't want to be. Baby, like if I'm not for you, then I'm not for you. Unsubscribe. It's that simple. But people love to hate watch. You love the trauma bond and then you love to hate watch. Okay. And thank you. It's engagement either way. But like, you do not have to be here because I'm not changing who the fuck I am. I'm not. I said what I said and I'm not apologizing for shit. I ain't got no brains behind me. And I'm glad that we having these conversations now before I get to a place where I'm at 96,000 followers again. Because that's not the community I'm trying to build over here. I can't be around a bunch of unhealed motherfuckers. Now, if you unhealed and you willing to see the other side, or you're willing to come up out of that and you're willing to break out of the matrix and break out of the typical programming and the conditioning that's placed on you by society, then by all means, you're welcome. But all of these low vibrational ads conversations, we're not gonna be doing that over here. We checking accountability. Okay, we holding ourselves accountable, holding ourselves responsible, holding others accountable and responsible. Like, because I definitely had somebody say to me yesterday, why are you always only speaking out against black women? Because it's always only black women that's speaking out. Child, like the fuck? I told y'all, out of everybody that I follow, Funky Dineva was probably the only man. All of the content that I consume, whether it's YouTube, whether it's reality TV shows, whether it's whatever, it's only black women. And I hear the same regurgitated stories over and over and over. And while a lot of it might be true, I'm just tired of hearing a lot of it. I'm tired. And I wish a lot of y'all would get to the point where you're tired of hearing the same things over and over. I'm gonna keep using this one example. I've been hearing that niggas ain't shit since I was a little kid in the beauty salon with my mother. It should not be 2023 and we having these same conversations. At what point do you want better for yourself? I'm not interested in being around people who's not interested in breaking out of the matrix, who doesn't want to break those generational curses. I'm sorry, we just don't align. There's friction there. It's okay. We don't have to try to force ourselves to be compatible. Like, there's no chemistry, there's no compatibility. It's okay. Find another channel that works for you, because this apparently doesn't. And that's just that on that. So shout out to y'all that made it to the end of the video. Shout out to y'all that's evolved enough and healed enough, okay, in your journey to be able to truly not just hear words coming out of my mouth, but listen and understand what it is that I'm saying. Okay. At the end of the day, was Funky over the top with his words? Sure. But what the hell is over the top when you don't even give a fuck? That's how I look at it. What's too far when you already don't give a fuck? Why are we giving a fuck about what not only what he said about somebody else who's not us, but why are we giving a fuck about like something that does not even matter? Like, it wasn't that deep. It was never that deep, ever. And we're not going to sit and try to make it seem like it was. And then at the same time, all of that outrage, okay, that's cool. If you want to be mad at what he said, okay, cool, I'll give that to you. But then also be mad when people come for Lizzo, when people come for King's Teeth, when people come for T.I.'s wife's face. Okay, when people come for Summer Walker's body, when people come for Hazel E, like when people come for Ari Fletcher, when people sit and talk about Drake being light skinned, like when people sit and talk about Sexy Red looking dirty and being ratchet, like when people talk about Ice Spice being basic, when people talk about Saweetie being basic, right? When people talk about Nicki Minaj having STDs, right? Who else? Because y'all sit and y'all talk about everybody. When people, sit and still try to say that Sierra's a man, even though she has like 4 fucking kids. Okay. Or when people try to bring up the hermaphrodite rumors about Sierra from middle school from 20 years ago. Like, have that same energy across the board. Don't just protect only the women that you like. But at this point, I done said it all. Either you get it or you don't. I'm not here to force you to. Just know that X button is right there at the top of the screen. So click it. Okay. So I love each and every one of you all. Well, that's alleged. I love each and every one of y'all that's healed. Okay. Definitely make sure that you comment below as if I give a fuck. And stream my music as if you give a fuck. And I will most definitely see you in the next one. Subscribe to the Patreon and book a reading. Okay. And definitely check out that video that I did yesterday. Definitely did a collective reading as well as individual zodiac readings for all 12 signs. And so yeah, it was very, very, very descriptive and detailed. So go check that out. I'll see y'all in the next one.
I'm tryna fuck now, so baby, let's dance. Fuck up my baby right here on my legs, man. I'm tryna take it to my place.